How's it going today, guys? Today I'm going to be telling you guys about the Simrad NSS EVO 3S and what my thoughts are on that. I've had these units for about 11 months now, and I'm excited to share with you guys about it, what my thoughts are on it. And before we get into the video, guys, I just want to ask if you guys could smash the like button on this video. That way it gets out to more people, and we can help more people get an informed decision on what they need for their boat and want that we can enjoy their time on the water. And then also, guys, if you wouldn't mind giving me a subscribe and hitting the notification bell, that wouldn't miss any future videos. And we got a lot to talk about, post every Friday, and we got a lot to talk about fishing, boating, electronics, everything, safety equipment, everything that you need to know as a boater or a fisherman. I will be talking about. So make sure to comment down below if you have any questions or have anything to comment about. And if you have a question and I think it's a good question, I will even make a video on it if I feel like it would be relevant to enough people. Or if you even have a question about your own boat, I would be happy to answer that and give you to what I think you should do as far as your boat, what my advice would be for you. So let me know if you have any questions, guys. Comment down below. And also, before we get into the video, I just want to say I'm going to be leaving all these Simrad products linked down below in the description at dvmarinesupplies.com. They are an authorized Navico dealer, which is something you want, which is Navico dealer is Simrad, Lowrance, B&G, and CMAP, which is good for the warranty in case something happens during warranty. And like, let's say, example, I've never had this happen to me, but let's say they say, oh, your unit was bought before your warranty expired on your unit. In reality, it hasn't. So you contact them, they can always contact their rep, and they can help you guys out in the warranty process, which is one reason why I'm linking them down below in the description. And also, you guys can use code David at checkout to get $10 off your order, $150 or more, and that way you guys can save that money, the $10, and spend more money on something else for your boat. So with that being said, guys, let's get into the video. Guys, I've had this unit for a little while now. I really like the unit. I've had it for about 11 months, and it's a really great unit. It's a very fast unit. It's bright. I really love it how it's bright, because in the daytime you can look from the back of the boat when it's just blazing hot, the sun's out, no clouds or any shade, or when it would be hardest to see your unit. You can see it very clearly. You can see what's going on the bottom. If you're within 80 feet of water, 80, 90 feet is where my side scan cuts out at, where I can't see any more of the side structure on the side of my boat. That is the depth I can see things really good at, and shallower. Also, as well as echo, which is down scan, works for pretty much as far out as you need to go, anywhere that you want to go. Depending on a transducer, it all depends on your transducer. Most transducers will cover up the first couple hundred feet of water, and then other transducers will be required for a couple thousand feet of water and stuff like that. But most people are only fishing a few hundred feet of water, so like a 3-in-1 transducer would work, depending on the size of your boat and what you have. If you guys have a question on that, feel free to comment down below. I am going to be coming out with another video in the future on what transducer you could get for your boat. I am going to have the transducers linked down below in the description as well. The Simrad transducers, that's pretty much just a transom mount transducer and forward scan transducer, nothing special. Simrad doesn't really make any through-hull transducers. They're made by Airmont, which is a great brand for transducers. And I'm also going to have these units linked down below in the description, as well as Simrad radars and the Autopilot linked down below in the description. So these units are the top dog units for Simrad. The only thing that's better than this that Simrad makes is the NSO units, which is for bigger boats. If you want a bigger screen, starts at a 16-inch. They have a 19-inch and a 24-inch screen, and those are going to be a little bit better. I believe they're just a little bit faster, maybe a little bit brighter. They're more for big units. I believe something with the networking. I'm not quite sure what it is, but those are great units to have if you have a bigger boat. Like, let's say you have a sport fish or a big center console or something like that. The NS units are great. Those are linked down below in the description as well, guys. Also, these units are really bright, which is what I like. You also can dim them down, like I'm imagining with any unit. You can adjust their brightness. You have so many features that you have with these units. Really, the possibilities with these units is almost endless. You could sit here for days and weeks and learn about these units. I know a lot about these units, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below. So let's start out as far as a navigation perspective. So For navigating, it's also going to cover some of the stuff that you like for fishing, like charts. Obviously, you need to navigate to go to your fishing spot. So this is going to be like an umbrella of both. So as far as the charts, they have really great charts, the CMAP charts. I really like them. Also have Navionics chart card. For me, I live in Southwest Florida, so I have the Navionics 632P Plus chart, Platinum Plus chart. That's a really great chart. I really recommend it if you're looking for a Navionics chart. I'm going to leave that link down below in the description as well. And they're really great charts they have on the CMAP charts. They have really great detail, especially if you're a fisherman and you like to go after grouper, snapper, anything that you want to do fishing. If you plan to go off the beach to offshore, it's a really great. Navionics charts has lots of detail on it. These units are compatible with pretty much any charts. Navionics, CMAP, Florida Marine Tracks, and a few other brands like Strike Lines and Seymour charts. These units are compatible with those charts. I believe the charts in the current units are preloaded with it, so they already come with it loaded, so it's not taking up one of your chip spaces. So you're at one of your SD cards that you can put in the unit, and it's a really great thing to know. That way you can know any chart that you want to bring. Like, let's say for me, I have a Strike Lines chart, I have a Navionics chart, and a Seymour chart soon. I can take all three of those charts and put them in, take them out whenever I want, and have which chart showing which one I want. Certain ones have better detail for certain areas. I will be reviewing those charts too in the future, which is another reason to subscribe. And you can really use any charts as far as navigating. It's really good. They're very up-to-date charts, very great detail, the depth on it. You can see depth contours and stuff like that. So when you're fishing, you can see the bottom structure, like rock piles and ledges and stuff like that, to help you find grouper or snapper. Good hard bottom areas for trolling, because hard bottom areas are going to be holding live bait on it, which is great for trolling, like for kingfish or like sailfish or whatever it is that you're planning to go fishing after. These charts have detail for the northern Gulf, like around the oil rigs and stuff like that. Panhandle, Florida middle ground, most of the beach area around Florida, Tampa Bay area, it's got a little bit, and on the other side of the coast, around the Atlantic, down towards Miami, it's got a lot, like for swordfish ground down there. I believe it has some for the Bahamas too. It's got stuff for up north around the Outer Banks. It's got stuff down in Key West. So if you plan to do any traveling, that's a great unit to have that has that feature with it. You can also buy this unit too. I believe CMAP is compatible with other units like Raymarine and Garmin, but don't hold me to that 100%. But it's a great thing to have. Obviously, you can pretty much put any chart that you want with this unit. This unit is very, very fast, so the time the screen lags is very, very little, hardly noticeable. It's definitely a big step up from pretty much any unit I've ever used. I've not used the NSO unit, so I cannot attest to that. But from any other unit that I've used from other brands, other models, it's definitely the fastest unit I've seen, and there's not any unit that I can think of that is this fast. It's super, super fast, very responsive. You can switch between pages very fast, so if you want to switch from your chart to your transducer, if you want to have a split screen, you want to switch from the split screen to just screen adjust the chart, or if you want to switch to see what your gauges are looking like. It's a really great thing to have. I know a lot of people that have the gauges have, like, the most common one is like an IS-35 gauge. That's linked down below in the description. That's just basically telling them the basic stuff what's going on with their engine, because they don't want to use this thing on the screen. So that's a really great feature to know, is that you can switch through things fast, and you don't really have to wait there 5-10 seconds, because when you're running, let's say you're running 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, you know, you're covering a lot of ground at that time, and it's really great to have something that's fast. You're not having to wait 10 seconds, or you're not looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down. That way you just look down, boom, want this, here, boom, and you hardly spent no time doing that. So that's great. As far as autopilots go, this is compatible with, I believe, every single Simrad autopilot. The autopilot that you're going to need is going to depend on the size of your boat. So I believe it's 32 feet, or it goes by weight, I believe. It's going to be like an AP44 medium, or like a high capacity pack. They also have other things, like if you don't want the AP44 controller, I believe they also have another pack. But that's going to be the most common one, is your medium capacity pack, as well as a high capacity pack from Simrad. It's a really great feature to have the autopilot, because it lets you save fuel, which saves you money, saves you time, and it's really great because you don't even have to touch the wheel. It's just going to take you, it's going to adjust the engines as you need it. Very, very lovely feature. I will be doing a video reviewing that soon in the future, and it's a really great tool to have. You can have it linked to, you can see your Autopilot on your screen, as well as an AP44 Autopilot controller. That's going to allow you to do different things with your Autopilot. You can do all kinds of things. You can have trolling patterns. You can have like an S pattern where it goes in, where it's like a trolling pattern. If you want to do it certain area, you could really fine tune it to what you want, and it'll do it for yours. It has heading hold, so like if you're going down in a channel and you drop a cup or something like that, and no boats are around, or you can put heading hold. You're holding that heading, go down and grab that cup, take it off a heading hold, and drive the boat back to the end. It's a really great feature to have. It's got a lot of other good perks for it. Like if you're fishing, my favorite one is if you say you want to fish a wreck or you want to find that rock pile, you can go to it on the chart, and then you can have it, let's say on your side scan, it increases by, let's say, 80 feet each time you go around. So you can have it where it makes a circle that's 80 feet away from that circle before. So like let's say this spot right here, 80 feet, again, another 80 feet. So eventually you're making like these big circles around the wreck to find the wreck really easily, and you can really use that to your advantage to help you find it instead of having to do it with your hand and just let it do for you, instead of having to pay attention to the wheel and other stuff that's going on. That way you can pay attention to your unit and say, hey, that's where the wreck is on my fish. There's that rock pile, there's that ledge. It really makes it way easier. Also, another thing for those of you guys that are fishing, a great tip to have is if you find something on your screen that you like you say see a rock pile, and it's like in the middle of the screen, don't mark it on your unit, press it on the unit, that rock pile, make sure your cursor go on there and press mark on that. That way it marks that coordinate of that piece of structure, not where the boat is. So because the way a transducer works is it sends out a beam. It doesn't mean it's going to be right below your boat, but it could be off to the side, it could be behind you, it could be in front of you. So it's not going to be like right under your boat. And that screen, it shows you, what it first shows you is what is under your boat, or what's the transducer is picking up, and the rest behind it is history. And you can also scroll through your history. If you say, oh man, I think I ran over something, you can scroll back through it and be like, oh yep, that was a rock pile I thought I ran over. There we go, mark it, go back to it, fish it. And it's really great as far as that. The Autopilot is a feature I really love. Simrad, the Halo radar is a really great radar. It's compatible with the Halo 20, Halo 20 Plus, Halo 24, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 6, whatever it is that you plan to have. That's as well, linked down below in the description. It's compatible with that. It's very fast, that Halo radar. It's a really great radar. I also have a video reviewing a few radars right here. If you guys want to go check those out after you're watching this video, then you guys can go check that out and make a decision on which radar you think is best for you. The Simrad Halo radars are a great radar. You can really see things well. It's really great if you're running through fog or running through rain. You can turn down that rain clutter and you can look for boats and other stuff in the water, navigation buoys, piling the sign. It's a really great safety feature to have. I know a few times at night I've been running out and I get caught in a thunderstorm, and what happens? I can't see nothing around the boat, so I have to rely solely on the radar to get me through that storm safely and make sure I don't hit another boat, I don't hit a sign or anything like that. So it's a really important thing to have. Also, you'll be able to see other boats and which direction they're going, as well as other objects. So if you can tell if they're going in or away from you, I have lots of radar videos. Make sure you go check out my channel and watch those videos if you need to learn more about radars, or if you want to decide which radar works best for you. So compatible with that is compatible with SiriusXM fish mapping. It allows you to utilize SiriusXM fish mapping, which is almost like cheating. It'll show you like fishing recommendations, which are not always the best, but it will show you like temperatures, reed lines, upwellings and stuff like that. Great important stuff for finding bait fish and finding pelagics, especially if you're tournament fishing. It's a great tool to have. That does require a SiriusXM WM4 weather receiver, which is also linked down below in the description. And you basically have to have that installed. And I believe the only units that are compatible with that is the old EVO 3 unit, which you're probably seeing big blowout sales now, or we're seeing. They were retailing at like $3 grand, and now you're seeing them for like $2,200. And if that's currently available at the time of this video, when you're watching it, it will be linked down below in the description. And when it's no longer available, I will probably take it off this video as long as I remember. And that unit is compatible with, as well as this EVO 3S unit, and of course the NSO unit. So that's it, compatible with that. You can have a FLIR camera. Also, I'll link the FLIR cameras down below if you just want to get a look at them and get an idea. The most common one is the M232 camera. That's definitely going to be your most common FLIR camera. used for most boats, although they do have the one, which I believe the M664 or something like that. That's going to be your second most common. That's going to be almost twice the price. And then obviously the higher the price is, the better the field of view vision is, the farther you can see and all that. So, but the most common basic one is the M232, which is a great camera, and it's compatible with that. What else is that this also has capability for forward scan. It's not my favorite feature. It's not a bad feature to have, especially if you're in deeper water and you're looking to make sure you don't hit a sandbar or something that's going to be an abrupt increase. It does not work that well in shallow water. Like if you're just in a few feet of water, you're trying to see in front of you, I don't really like it. Some people do, some people don't, but I will be doing a video on that too in the future. And as far as like down scan, I told you guys about it. It maxes out around 80 to 100 feet of water. The side view, side scan, and then down scan, which is like your echo on my Simrad, or like down scan, pretty much the same thing. That's going to depend on your transducer, how deep it goes. Most transducers can get a couple hundred feet. Otherwise, if you're planning to fish a couple thousand feet, you're going to need to get a better transducer. And that just depends on your transducer. But the imaging on this is very clear. You can zoom into certain spots. You can click things just like on a down scan, on a side scan. If you see a rock pile off to the side, you can press that with your cursor and mark it and go right to that spot. As well as you can see bait balls really well. If you want to focus on a certain area of the water column, let's say you want to focus on the last 20 to 30 feet of the water column, let's say it's a really great feature. If you're in 150 feet of water, that screen, especially if you have like a 9 or 12 inch screen, it's not going to be that big, so it's going to be kind of hard to see like the rock piles and stuff like that. But if you want, you can zoom in and focus on like that last 10 feet of water, have a little bit above it, or just focus on that, and you'll be able to see that area of the water column a lot better. It'll just basically blow it up better, so that we can see, oh wow, that's actually a pretty good sized rock pile, or this, or that looks like it's some bait on the bottom, that looks like it's a few weeds on the bottom, or whatever. You'll be able to see it a lot better, so that's a great feature to have. Simrad has a lot of great features with his Autopilot as well. You can make routes and stuff like that, so you can make like, I want to go here, and from here I'm going to go right here, and right here I'm going to go right here. It's really simple to do. I will be coming out with a video on that soon in the future. Of course, I got lots of videos to make, so that's another reason for you guys to subscribe, that way you don't miss those videos. And it's really a great feature, guys. So we talked about the charts, what it's capable with, the radar, the down scan, the forward scan, the side scan, the FLIR cameras, what it's able to use pretty much any chart, and all these other unique features, Autopilot, transducers, as far as being able to see with that, the charting on these new units is great, as well as you can put any other charts in it once again. And it's a really great unit, guys. I really love it. It's definitely the best unit I've ever used in my life, and of course, as we get older, technology advances and gets better, as we would expect it to. So I really can't wait to see what's next from Simrad after the EVO 3S, from the EVO 3 to EVO 3S. It's a big difference. I have a video on those two units compared side by side to each other. That way there's no gimmicks or anything like that, and you can really see what I'm talking about, the lag time and the difference between the two units, and you can really see the difference. I'm going to have that video right here. So thanks for watching today's video, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Comment down below. I'm going to have all these radars, cameras, some of the charts I talked about, all these things linked down below in the description, autopilots, everything. And also, guys, be sure to use code David at checkout at deepbluemarine.com to get $10 off your order, $150 or more. And if you guys have any other questions, just comment down below. And thanks for watching today's video, guys. Until next Friday.